Hey, this is Steve from Flowmaster. I'm happy to introduce our new Delta Force cooler intake for the 13th generation Ford F-150s equipped with a 5.0 liter motor. But please check our website for more details on the different makes, models, and years so this exactly fits. Now, this Delta Force cooler intake has a washable, reusable high flow filter that comes pre-oiled, a black powder coated heat shield, a durable polyethylene intake tube with a nice rib design and the Flowmaster logo right here in the center, reinforced silicone couplers, stainless steel hardware, anodized fittings, and this is a direct bolt into the factory mounting location on the vehicle. Now, the tools for the job are 5/32 Allen, 5/16 nut driver, 7mm nut driver, a pair of pliers, 7/16 wrench, 3/4 inch wrench, and a pair of scissors. All Flowmaster products are dyno tuned during the development phases for maximum power gains and efficiency. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get this installed on that Ford F-150 over here. Okay, we're in the shop. We got ourselves a 2016 Ford F-150 with a 5.0 liter. Let's get ready to remove that stock airbox. Okay, first we're going to unclip the stock lid. Then we're going to loosen up this clamp and slide the hose off. And then we'll remove this lid and remove the stock air filter. And then we're going to go ahead and unclip these two lines. We're going to take the overflow hose and just unclip it from the intake tube. And then we're going to loosen up the clamp off the throttle body. And then we're going to wiggle it off and take the intake tube off. Okay, we're going to unclip the lid. Okay, next we're going to loosen up this clamp, slide the intake tube off the lid. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and pull the lid off. Okay, next we're going to remove the air filter. Now we're going to go ahead and reuse the stock air box. This is the time to clean and blow any dirt off that's down below here. Okay, next we're going to disconnect the coolant overflow line from the intake tube. We're just going to pull up. Next we're going to go ahead and disconnect this breather line from the intake tube. We're going to press down on this little black tab, push in, and then pull right out. Okay, next we're going to disconnect this line here. Now on the bottom side, there's a gray little tab. You just got to pull that little gray little tab and pull. Okay, next we're going to loosen up the hose clamp on the throttle body, and then we're going to wiggle this intake tube off and remove it. Okay, we're going to wiggle the air intake tube off the throttle body, and then pull this out. Okay, we got our stock air intake tube off. We're ready for the assembly on the new Delta Force cooler intake. Okay, we got our Delta Force cooler intake laid out on the table here. We're going to go ahead and start on the assembly. So first we're going to start off with the heat shield lid, and then we're going to go ahead and put the air filter adapter inside the heat shield lid. Line up the 3 holes, and with the supplied hardware, we're going to put the Allen bolt with a lock washer, then a flat washer. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on the heat shield gasket. Now this comes in excess length, so you may need to trim it to fit your heat shield. So we're going to go ahead and start here on the top and just work our way around. Okay, we got our heat shield gasket on. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on one of the reinforced silicone couplers onto the air filter adapter. We're going to go ahead and just slide this on. Make sure it's pressed up against the heat shield. And we'll go ahead and snug down this one side. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on the air filter. We're going to take the lid, we're going to flip it upside down. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put some anodized fittings onto the intake tube on these 2 ports right here. Want to make sure you go ahead and put some Teflon tape onto the threads. I'm just going to go ahead and screw them in. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on the other reinforced silicone coupler. It's going to go onto the 90-degree bend side here. This is going to be the throttle body side. Let's go ahead and push it on. And then we're just going to go ahead and just snug down the clamp. We're going to leave it loose so we can allow for some adjustment when it goes on to the actual throttle body. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on the adhesive trim that goes onto the stock air box. Okay, the adhesive trim is going to go on this top edge. We're going to go ahead and just clean the top edge area. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and cut it to length. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on the heat shield with the air filter. Now this back section right here, it's just going to slide in, it's going to hinge, and it's just going to drop right down. And we're going to reuse the clips right here and just clip it on. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on the air intake tube. It's going to go underneath the overflow hose right here. And then we're going to slide it into the heat shield first. And then we're going to slide it onto the throttle body. And you want to take the reinforced coupler and make sure you press it up all the way against the throttle body until it stops. And then go ahead and tighten the clamp on the throttle body first. And go ahead and push the intake tube in. And then go ahead and tighten up the clamp to the intake tube. And now we're going to go ahead and tighten up the clamp from the intake tube to the heat shield. Just going to push the tube in. Go ahead and tighten it down. Okay, in the kit, there's going to be 12 inches of a 1/2 inch hose. You need to cut it into 2 separate pieces accordingly to fit your vehicle. On this particular vehicle, we went ahead and cut the 2 pieces. We have a longer piece and a short piece now. And what these are going to do is it's going to attach the anodized fitting to another anodized fitting that's going to have a quick disconnect, and it's going to attach to the 2 fittings there. All right, we're going to go ahead and slide the shorter hose here. We're going to put the hose clamp on first. Slide it onto the anodized fitting. Slide the clamp on. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on another hose clamp. Now we're going to put on an anodized fitting here. Got a small diameter quick connect fitting, and it's going to go onto this guy right here. So first we're going to put the barb side onto the hose. Slide the clamp over to hold it in place. Okay. And then now we're going to go ahead and connect the 2, and you're going to hear it click. Okay. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put the hose clamp onto the hose. And we're going to slide this onto the barb fitting. And slide the clamp on to lock it in place. Okay, next, we're going to go ahead and put on another hose clamp onto the hose. And then we're going to put on another anodized fitting. And this has got a bigger diameter, quick disconnect. So we're going to go ahead and slide the barb fitting onto the rubber hose. Slide the clamp on. And then we're going to take the anodized fitting and then clip it in place. Make sure you hear it clip. Okay, it's locked in. Okay, that concludes our installation here on our Delta Force cold air intake for the 13th generation Ford F-150 equipped with a 5.0 liter. Installation time was roughly about 30 to 45 minutes. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our Flowmaster YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.